I don't wanna say anything, cause if I do I might say the wrong words. Oh no. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I'd lose you if I didn't. Till we find what we're missing and compromise. So I'll keep my shoes on and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Can't we find a single reason not to say goodbye? Oh, if I said what's on my mind, would you stay with me tonight? If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Run and hide. Run and hide. If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Would that make you run and hide? Run and hide. Run and hide. Oh, would that make you run and hide? Don't know what to do anymore. I'm out of options, nothing's working. I'm out of service. Come help me now, I'm fucking nervous. I'm trying but can't scratch the surface. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I'll lose you if I.
Oh, hello there. It's Effie from the internet, from wrestling, and you are watching Cole TV.
Ho, 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 and Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Greetings and salutations, everybody. It's I, Xlj the Og, and welcome to our very special, festive Christmas episode of Pro Wrestling 60. And I'm joined by my partner in crime, my brother from another mother. This week, he is definitely hailing, I believe, from the North Pole, but is he on the naughty list or is he the nice list? Mr. B. Roll.
Well, I say seasons beatings to all you filthy animals out there. I hope you all get what you deserve this year. A lump of coal in your stocking, and
a lump
I hope
of
that
coal TV in your stocking. How have we never done that before?
I was gonna go on a rant. There, but you put me in a good mood with your pun. So we're starting a half hour early today. So
yeah,
obviously that means we have a crap ton to talk about.
We do indeed. And this is kicking off Christmas week here on Cole TV. It is our biggest week of the year. We have got some of our best content of all year is coming to you this week. And it's going to be a loaded week, and it all starts here. It all starts now, does it not, Mr. B-Roll? That being said.
Yes, indeed. But you see, this show doesn't start until I say those words. But I'm feeling nice this year. I'm feeling generous. I won't tease it too long. I say the clock starts now.
There we go. And our top story this week was the return of Saturday night's main event. Took place this Saturday night from its original home in the Nassau Coliseum. I think there's some mixed emotions about this show, which I kind of find funny. What did you think of Saturday night's main event?
I think Saturday night's main event was exactly what I thought it would be. It was a good show. It was a nostalgia act, and I absolutely ate the crap up about it. Like I loved it.
I did too.
It was fun. It was fun.
Thank you. That's the best thing to say. It was fun. like wrestling fans, God, we could be so fickle. Like it's nothing major has to happen at every single show. And honestly, if you read between their lines, there was some major developments in storylines that took place during this show. I mean, so I loved it. I thought it was great. I love everything about the presentation of it. The announce teams was great, which we're going to get into that. I loved just the aesthetics of it, that old entrance, the way they did that. It looks so sexy on TV. Like it just looked good, man. And honestly, it got me pumped for the next Saturday night's main event, which will be coming up in January. But let's talk about it. And of course, the big matchup going into this one was Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens for the undisputed WWE Championship. And oh my goodness, look
Hey,
at
can I
that
take you out to dinner? And I
belt.
ain't talking to Cody. I'm talking about that winged eagle. Oh,
That
man.
belt. That is what everybody's been clamoring and wanting. And I gotta say, WWE, let's petition just to get this as the belt from now on going forward. I mean, his belt was sexy. I mean, I just like you say, I want to take her out to dinner. I want to put a ring on that thing. That thing is finer than a steak dinner. But no, I think I don't know. I think there was some people, myself, kind of. I thought going into this there was a possibility Cody could drop the belt. I think people at this point, B-roll. I think it's kind of people's been thinking about it, but I think this is the first time where I've heard on TV or off TV them kind of like, pronounce it, because I think at this point, I hate to say it, and I'm a Cody Rhodes fan, but I think fans are getting a little bit tired of the American Nightmare's run, which I don't think's been a bad run. Has it been one of the greatest runs? I mean, it was the story to get to the championship is what it was all about. It's this hereafter. It's just been kind of like we've been coasting. But I think honestly, the Kevin Owens Cody Rhodes story has been the best one so far that Cody has had. But the matchup itself, people kind of tearing it apart, I think, and it's just like, I thought the match was great. I loved the finish of it, and I think people don't like that. They wanted a definitive finish. But think about this. We just added more layers to this story because, no shocker, Cody retains. But how did Cody retain, B-roll? Look at how it went down. First off, Kevin Owens had it pinned for I don't know how many seconds. And then, of course, you get the chair gets brought in. Cody uses it, even though KO is the one who brought it in and thus beats KO. So it's like he had to cheat to win, essentially. I mean, what do you think of this matchup?
Well, like I knew as soon as the chair got into the equation, like I felt like I knew what was going to happen. I loved, and I know we're going to get into this, but I love Jesse Ventura on commentary. Like, like, is Cody gonna be a good guy, or is he gonna stoop down, and is he gonna use the chair? And but to me, I'll say I thought this would have been a good spot to take the belt off of Cody, but I don't think it had to be. Like you said, it adds layers to this story, and I don't know, we get it stuck in our head that we want things to be a certain way, and that can really skew our judgment.
Oh yeah.
Which, I mean, I agree with you. I think this has been Cody's best feud with the belt. I feel like we all want Cody and Randy, and I think that's part of. I think that's part of the reason we're getting Cody and Kevin, but everybody wants Cody and Randy. And I think when Randy
people
comes back,
still right now want Cody and Kevin. I still think they want it, but I think they want Kevin to get the belt.
Yeah, I think we're gonna hook or by crook. When Randy comes back, we're gonna get Randy and Kevin somehow, some way.
You have to.
Which I think haven't they already announced that we're into it? I think are they having a rematch at the Netflix premiere? Cody and Kevin. I thought I
That
saw
is
that.
not official yet. There's
Not
rumors
official.
that could be happening, but it's not
Okay.
official yet. But there's a good possibility that likely could happen. But of course, we got to talk about the aftermath. Now, a lot of people pissed off about this because this didn't air on TV.
With
I
how
get
good it
where
was, I
I
understand.
I understand. I do. But I also understand where it was a couple things. Number one's time constraints, because you can only do so
Uh-huh.
much in a 2-hour show. And I think kudos to WWE for getting 5 matches in, like in a 2-hour show. But it was obviously they were going off the air. But they're also trying to strategize and utilize the internet and stuff. Because let's face facts, B-roll, the vast majority of today's professional wrestling fans, they don't watch it like live as it happens. They're watching it on their phones or something, or watching highlights on TikTok or whatever. So
It's true.
I get why they did, but yes, the package pile driver attack at the end, laying out Cody Rhodes, Cody being stretchered out of the arena. Of course, Kevin Owens walking out with the Winged Eagle Championship, getting into it with Triple H. That was very intense, the back and forth there.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
loved Kevin Owens' response on his Instagram or X or whatever, talking about how Triple H was congratulating him and inviting him to Christmas dinner. Like, it just like this
Yeah.
is heel Kevin Owens is so great. And the thing is, we haven't even like touched the surface yet when you think about it. So I'm excited to see what happens going forward. Is KO going to be the guy to take that championship off Cody? You never know. Never say never in the
Still,
world of pro
to
wrestling.
be determined would be the
But let's
best
just
way.
enjoy
Best way to
the ride while it lasts.
Well,
And yeah, you're right.
and I'll say one more thing on this, just to put a bow on it, like a Christmas bow, wrap a nice little bow around it. But the thing is, just in wrestling in general, when they do this stuff that is quote unquote off the air, it kind of makes it a little bit more special, because it kind of gives it it blurs that line of, oh shit, like, I don't know that this
Camera's
is
not
really
on.
supposed to be happening. Like,
Right. Reality
I think
based.
he's
Yeah.
like, I think Triple H is genuinely pissed off at Kevin Owens. Like,
Yeah.
so
It's
I mean,
it makes
it always adds.
makes it very compelling, indeed. But it's gonna be interesting to see what happens between these two. As you can see, there's Cody getting stretchered out. Look at him. That bastard Kevin Owens. So, well, let's talk about this. One of my favorite moments of the night, maybe my favorite moment of the night. The finals of the United States Championship Women's Tournament came down to Michin and Chelsea Green. And folks, we have a new United States champion, and it's Chelsea Green. I would have been happy with either of these two winning it. Honestly, they both deserve it. I'm happy this was the final, but I also kind of like the story they're kind of telling with Michin and Chelsea Green. And kudos to the commentary team, kind of acknowledging like their backgrounds going all the way back to TNA and stuff. Where Chelsea's first TV matchup was actually against Michin. And just going back to the feud earlier this year where they had that dumpster match and stuff. But and also we got to acknowledge the Chelsea Green gear, like with the pictures of her all over. I mean, oh my gosh. And let me just say this: I absolutely love the finish from like that top rope, like into the prettier, pretty much. But Chelsea Green, a massive moment. She definitely deserves it. And no shocker here, folks. Chelsea Green is our wrestler of the week here on PW60. I'm excited to see what her title reign is going to consist of. Like the absurdity of like just her promos and backstage segments. Oh, poor Nick Aldis. Poor Nick Aldis. Also, at Saturday night's main event, the World Heavyweight Championship was on the line as the Ring General Gunther defended against Damian Priest and Finn Balor in a triple threat matchup. Of course, Gunther once again retaining his world championship. I know there was like some questioning about Gunther, like about his confidence and stuff, but okay, now he beat Priest at Survivor Series. He's beaten these two guys in a triple threat. Do you think the confidence is back there for the Ring General, or do you think it even left B-roll?
I think they tried to say that his confidence was gone, but I think at the end of the day, he is the Ring General, and the Ring General is going to do Ring General shit, and he's going to get the job done.
He's going to chop people down. So let me ask you this: what's next for Gunther?
What's next for Gunther?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think we are going to have so WWE right now, I guess they're doing like this transfer portal thing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like the forbidden door is open or whatever. Like, so they haven't said they're doing the draft
Netflix
or whatever.
wants bigger stars on Raw. Sorry, Ring General.
Yeah.
We want Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, damn it.
Like, I think we're gonna have to see how all of that shakes out, but I would say until then, I think he's gonna be holding on to that belt. Until we see a viable competitor. Yeah. Now, the nice part with these new titles is they are not in any way, shape, or form brand specific, like at all. Like, you could very easily take that title and have it be the new title on SmackDown.
I see what you're saying.
Before,
like when you have Universal.
Yeah. Before, when you had like a blue title and a red title, it was kind of like, oh, Raw and SmackDown.
Not so much here, though. So. Well, nonetheless, the Ring General is still dominating. And speaking of dominating, we got to talk about that women's championship matchup with Liv Morgan successfully retaining against Io Sky. I got to say this, man. Like, this was probably in ring was probably the best match of the night, I think. Like, oh my God, the chemistry between these two was incredible. They got to run this back a couple times because I absolutely love it. I think you could put Io against just about anybody. It's going to be good. But that's the one thing I think that is unsung or not nearly talked about as much, and it should be. The run of Liv Morgan this year, you could argue not only is she the likely candidate for Female Wrestler of the Year, you could likely even say she's a candidate for the Wrestler of the Year. Like, the run she's had this year has been phenomenal. And like, I don't see it stopping anytime soon. Unless Mommy has something to say about that, which obviously coming out, challenging Liv. I mean, I don't know. What do you think of this matchup first off, and then what do you think of Liv's run so far?
Yeah, so as we get to words are hard. As we get to the end of the year, like, you start to think about that kind of stuff, right? And really, I mean, name me a wrestler, male or female, that's had a better year.
There's a very limited amount of names on that list. Let's put it that way. It's hard to argue.
I think the argument, like, you could get maybe like 5 that you could make a case for, and I think that would be pushing it. Like, just everything. Like, everything she's done, whether you've liked it or disliked it, it's been relevant.
Yeah, I agree. That's the best way of putting it.
Major storyline,
a major part of Monday Night Raw, and she's been extremely relevant. And I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, honestly. And speaking of relevancy, we got to talk about Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn. And God, Drew, this new Drew is almost scary. Like this new Drew McIntyre, this is just like, holy shit, this is a guy not to be messed with. He has his beliefs. I'm just amazed by him. Like, and you talk about wrestlers of the year. This is another guy too who I think's in that conversation. Arguably have the best year of his career. And the amazing thing is, what he had a championship around his waist for like 2 minutes or something this year, and that's it. I mean, Drew McIntyre, my gosh, like I didn't think it would get any like better with his character. Not that it was going to get worse, but I just thought we kind of reached a plateau. But now that he's back and just even more vicious than ever, like I am Drew McIntyre. My God, man! Like I cannot wait to see what happens next with him. Like he is easily one of the top heels and top draws in the WWE. Awesome matchup. And what'd you think of Drew versus Sami?
I mean, I thought it was an incredible matchup.
Great opener.
I mean, was it the best match on the
No, but I mean, it's still good.
No. But this open. Am I here? I think I'm here.
Yeah.
You hear me? Okay.
Yeah, your bells were ringing there. The Christmas bells were ringing there for a minute, bro.
Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like it served its purpose.
Okay. Well, one of the big things coming out of Saturday night's main event, you talked about it, was the nostalgia act. And one of the cool things was Jesse the Body Ventura returned to the WWE, first time in a long time, on the desk. Also, he was doing some other things as well. I'm sorry. I heard a Christmas bell ringing in my head. No, but I like from his, I don't know. People were kind of eating him apart, and I just was like, "Come on, man!" Like, number one, the dude. Let's talk about the biology. Jesse, he's up there in age, but God bless him, man. I mean, he looked awesome. He hit all of his cues and stuff. I thought. I love the banter. Like this was Jesse Ventura of old. I felt like. And the other thing is, as well with this man, is the fact that Jesse, I thought, just like he added so much to the match, man. The thing is, I feel like with what he was able to do was just tell the story. Like for Cody's match, tell the story like with his leg and stuff. He really put that over and stuff, which is stuff you don't see as much nowadays. Like I thought he added, and let me say this: I think it was smart just putting him in for the main event or one matchup, instead of having him call the whole show to let him get his like feedback. Because that's another thing too. You gotta keep in mind, what they did like a Raw reunion thing or something. They did something like maybe 10 years ago where he did color commentary. So it's been a long time since he's done anything. But I just feel like everything he did was awesome. He added greatly to the presentation. I'm excited to see him again at the next Saturday night's main event. And that's the thing. You can just use him in this format and it works. Me as a longtime fan loving it. How did you feel as kind of the pro wrestling newbie about it?
Yeah. So I'll be honest, didn't know a whole lot about Jesse Ventura. But I personally, I loved it from like the opening of him starting out with like Joe Terrace store, or however you say his name. But I thought that was a nice touch. I just overall I really enjoyed it, and obviously I'm a big Pat McAfee guy.
Oh yeah,
Pat McAfee fan. So I like the interaction there, and because it's kind of like these two larger than life characters coming together, but you don't get a whole lot of that like super heel wrestling commentator anymore.
Yeah.
So
You don't.
I think it was nice.
It was refreshing. I think it's the best way to put it, was refreshing. I think that's the best way to describe Saturday night's main event overall. I thought it was a refreshing show. I love the concept of bringing it back and just kind of like paying a homage. And I think it's great too how they're doing it periodically and not like every other week or something, kind of like it was back in the day, you know, making it a big thing. So thoroughly enjoyed it. Kudos to you, WWE. I thought it was a great, great show. But nonetheless, Saturday night's main event is back and it's here to stay, folks. Well, it's that time in the show where we need to go to our good, close personal friend Dad Hat for some advice. So let's go to Dad Hat with Dad Hat's tip of the week.
It's that time of the week again. Dad Hat's Life Lessons of the Week. Brought to you by World Championship Wreckage. Find them on YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. And also by the Wrestle Talk Wolfpack. 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. every Wednesday, twitch.tv/Wrestle Talk Wolfpack. And now, here's Dad Hat.
All right, kids. Remember, nostalgia is not always the best thing. Things in the past are in the past for a reason. Stay the course. Look to the future. As they said in The Lion King, you gotta put your behind in the past.
Ladies and gentlemen, Triple H broke the internet a couple of days ago.
Now, Dad Hat, I love you, buddy. You know, I love you. But I strongly disagree with you. I love that. Oh, my God, I love that bell. Well, we lost B-roll there for a second. Them Christmas bells, they be ringing, but we'll get him back in here in a second. But, oh, my gosh, we got to talk about this. This is, boy, oh, boy, this is you talk about a change of events. Holy crap. TNA Final Resolution took place this past Friday night. Their last TNA pay-per-view of the year. I still won't say premium live event, damn it. In the main event, you had Nick Nemeth against AJ Francis. No comment. But the rest of the show was pretty solid. Incredible, a great number one contenders match for the TNA championship with Joe Hendry winning that. Now we're getting Joe Hendry and Nick Nemeth coming up at the beginning of the year in TNA. So that's going to be exciting. I'm sorry, I'm escaping the name of the next show, the big show they got coming up. The Hardy Boys in an impressive matchup against the System, winning a tables matchup. Masha Slamovich, of course, retaining her Knockouts championship against Tasha Steelz. I really want to talk about this, but fuck. Here's the elephant in the room. Why the hell? Yes, it happened. Oh, there's B-roll. We got him back in here. You got here just in time for this shit. Tessa Blanchard is back in.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Oh God! Hold on.
Get it? Yeah, I would just stay out. Fuck this. I don't even want to talk about this. This fucking. Trying to be unbiased,
Okay.
but the Tessa Blanchard's back in TNA. She jumped Jordan Grace. I feel like this is a massive straw breaking the camel's back. It's interesting to see where we were at the beginning of the year and where TNA is now. It started off just huge. TNA was back. Then they fire Scott D'Amore. And then systematically has just slowly went downhill from there. And now this shit. This is just like, what the fuck? What why? I mean, it's plain as day. Obviously, Jordan Grace is going to probably jump ship to the WWE, and rightfully so. Is this a play because they feel like they need somebody else in the Knockouts division? This is just fucking stupid because at this point, you're playing Damage Control. There's a lot of news coming out just today of different talents that's gone and leaving, which we're going to talk about some of those here. I know Josh Alexander's wife, Jade Chung, it was announced earlier today, she's done with TNA. So, I mean, this is just... You know, there's people out there that talk about, forgiving and forgiving those from their past transgressions. But the thing of it is, Tessa Blanchard is a repeat offender, and I mean, it's just like I don't know. How do you feel about all this? Because I know I'm not a fan of it, like most of you out there, and I honestly I don't want to go as far as say I'm done with TNA, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good.
So for me, I am the pro wrestling newbie, so um, I can say I wasn't a fan of wrestling when all this shit hit the fan with her, right?
Yeah.
I just kind of knew. I mean, I knew what happened, obviously, and I think it's obviously bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing, like, yeah, I understand forgiving and giving someone a second chance,
But
but
does she deserve it?
there's an old saying. There's an old saying. Like you said, she's a repeat offender. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
But three
So
times, fuck you, Tessa Blanchard. There, I said what I said.
yeah,
I fuck her.
overall, not a fan of it. And honestly, that's honestly just going off of listening to people that like yourself that I
Mm-hmm.
love and respect, and the rest of our pro wrestling PW60 family.
Well, you know, speaking of the PW60 family and having their takes on this, let's go to the hot take. And let me tell you something. This may be the hottest take. So let's go to Husky Roads.
All right, fuck the intro. Let's get into this. Fuck Tessa Blanchard. Fuck everybody that looks like Tessa Blanchard. Everybody's saying, oh, well, it's been 10 years. Give it a chance. You think I forgave Triple H for that bullshit he did to Booker T? That was twice as long as the shit with Tessa Blanchard? You think I gave a fuck about that? No. Fuck Tessa Blanchard. Fuck everybody that looks like Tessa Blanchard. And you know what? Moose, fuck you too. Fuck you. Out here body shaming people and shit when you're allegedly beating on women. Eat a dump truck full of AIDS dicks. Like, what the fuck, TNA? You had such a good run. And then you fucked up with the Joe Hendry thing. You bring in JBL for what the fuck ever. What was that whole thing about? And then you bring back one of the most toxic people in the business who was fucking banned from like every place in fucking North America except for Mexico. And now, are you trying to kill your company? Because it looks like you're trying to kill your company. I mean, whatever. Vince can buy a fucking company in a year. You might as well just sell it to Vince McMahon. Whatever. Eat shit, you fucking dumbasses.
Tell us how you really feel, Husk. Man, he makes some good points there.
Funny, but no.
Yeah. Yeah. We love you, Husky. But yeah, he summed it up perfectly, honestly. And I don't want to see another picture of this bitch the rest of this year. But this was interesting, though. This was like one cool thing to come out of Final Resolution. The phenomenal AJ Styles was backstage to see the chaos. I mean, let's not read too much into this. They were in his hometown. I mean, it's TNA.
Mhm.
I mean, I think we all would love to see AJ Styles in a TNA ring at some point, but I mean, obviously he's injured. It's going to be a long time before that happens. But I will say this: I think before he retires, I do think AJ Styles wrestles one more time in TNA. That's if TNA doesn't go under. But
he has to. Now
he has to.
can I get a little bit conspiracy theorist on you here?
Sure.
I won't take long with this. I'm just going to put a statement out there, and
Okay.
I think that this whole relationship with the WWE and TNA, I think it's all leading to WWE acquiring TNA.
Ooh. Well,
I kind of feel like that's been the set in stone from the get go.
so that's why it's gone to shit. They sent Bruce Pritchard there. I get it now.
Well, I think I kind of wonder in some ways, maybe, and I'm not trying to give anybody an out, but like, is it the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing kind of thing? Like, or is the person we thinks are the puppeteers aren't really the puppeteers?
I'll say this: if for some god awful reason Vince McMahon gets involved in this shit, I will never fucking watch TNA again. I swear to God. But let's hope that doesn't happen. But
I'm just saying,
one more.
Ever since we had that report on where Progress had tried to like basically like WWE tried to make a deal with them where like at the end of the 7 years WWE would own Progress or whatever it was. I felt that way. I feel that in my heart that is what's happening.
Well, one more black eye coming out of Final Resolution this past weekend was Eddie Edwards getting slapped by a wrestling fan. Just you don't fucking do that shit. No, I'm nuts. I mean, regardless, I think if I remember correctly, Eddie and him were getting into it. He smacked the phone out of the guy's hand or something like that. But he gave him like a little love tap. It's amazing that Eddie Edwards didn't take his fucking head off. Just common sense, people. You go to a show, you don't touch the talent no matter what. Okay? Like just pull your head out of your ass. Of course, later on getting arrested as he rightfully should. So enough about this. Enough about TNA. It's a bummer to me, honestly, that we're talking about TNA and kind of going out on a really down note. Because there is some great talent there, but man, it is what it is, you know. What can you do? So
yeah. And I'll just say, as the resident Eddie Edwards and the system hater, like I don't like him, but I wouldn't call
you don't smack the man. Yeah, exactly. Well, let's talk about Monday Night Raw from this past week. Man, oh man, how about that CM Punk set down interview and then the Seth retort? Like, obviously, we're going to get a Punk-Seth match here in the very near future. Rumors are that potentially could happen at the Raw debut on Netflix. The New Day with nuclear heat after last week, of course, kicking Big E out. Couldn't even get a word in edgewise. We also had Laya Valkyria advance in the Intercontinental Championship tournament. Big surprise here, the Final Testament picking up a win against the Wyatt Six. A lot of people hating on that. Honestly, I think it's great because I think it helps Final Testament just be that more badass. And Karrion Kross is like, people aren't talking about that guy as they should be. But if you look at all this shit going on in the WWE, all this negativity and stuff that's going on right now, he's had his hands here and there in that. Like, he's pulled these puppet strings. So I'm fascinated with what they could potentially end up doing with it. But I love like the little Easter eggs here and there that they're doing with Karrion Kross right now, man. Of course, in the main event, Rhea Ripley did defeat Raquel Rodriguez in an anything goes matchup. But Raw was a solid show, and so was Friday Night SmackDown. Of course, as we got the Intercontinental Championship semifinals with Mishin picking up a big win against Tiffany Stratton. Of course, Chelsea Green defeating Bayley to advance to the tournament. Of course, we know the end results there. Solo Sikoa going up against LA Knight. Yeah. And of course, then Drew McIntyre just coming on the show and wrecking havoc, man. And of course, the big thing to come out is Roman Reigns has challenged Solo Sikoa to Tribal Combat, which will take place on Monday Night Raw's debut on Netflix. But WWE, man, they are firing.
I hope it can be Tribal Combat like we got in Black Panther.
I don't think it works like that, buddy. But nonetheless, it is coming and it'll be on Netflix.
Should.
But speaking of momentum, let's talk about that Continental Classic at AEW right now. And let's talk about Dynamite from this past week as we continued on. Of course, it was the famous winner is coming episode that they always do every year. First off, we got to talk about, no surprise here, Adam Cole defeating Kyle O'Reilly. Now we're getting Adam Cole, MJF at World's End, and I pray to God that this is it. They end it there and we're done, and both of these guys move on because they desperately need to. I've been saying that for weeks, that this rivalry is just like, I don't fucking care. Just get it over with.
Pointless.
It's pointless. Will Ospreay picking up a big win in the Continental Classic, defeating Claudio Castagnelli, and also Ricochet picking up a win as well against Brody King. But I want to talk about that main event, that women's championship matchup.
Yes, sir.
Highly touted matchup between former friends turned foes, Mina Shirakawa going against the champion Mariah May. Awesome back and forth. Thought there was several moments where it looked like Mariah May where Mina may in fact win the championship. Of course, Mariah May does retain, but it was a hell of a matchup. And of course, it had to be our match of the week here on PW60. But the biggest story coming out of Dynamite.
Hold on. I have to get a punchline in. The show was called Winter is Coming, and so am I.
Jesus Christ. No, the return of Toni Storm. Toni Storm, good God almighty. Toni Storm making her triumphant return back to AEW. Now, she was on Rampage and Collision, but B-roll, it's fascinating to me because when Toni came out, we got this interesting, like, first of all, it's back to rock star kind of Toni Storm, timeless Toni Storm, apparently no more, at least for now. But it just, like, the look she had on her face when she came out, that crowd's reaction, you just kind of felt it. But as we progress throughout the weeks here, of course, she had a matchup on Rampage. But it's like she's, I guess, memory loss or something, because she's like acting like this is her first time in AEW, and she's like, you know, happy to be all elite and stuff. And it's just like, this woman, she is one of the best damn character workers in the business going today. Like, where the hell are we going with this, B-roll? What do you think is going to happen with Toni Storm next? What do you make of this whole like memory loss Toni Storm, I guess?
I don't know. I hope we get like a I want to get like a Firefly Funhouse cinematic type of match.
Oh God, with Mariah May in her. Oh my God.
And it's like she has to like defeat all three phases of Toni Storm. There's Rockstar Toni Storm. There's what were they called? Were they the Outcast?
Yeah.
With
Outcast.
like
a multiverse of Toni Storms. That would be, I could dig it. But Toni Storm made her return back in ring on Rampage, defeating Harley Cameron. Also, Matt Cardona.
I thought it was her debut.
Was in action. Yeah, it's her debut. Matt Cardona wrestling on Rampage, defeating the Brian Keith. And Powerhouse Hobbs ended up picking up a win in the tag match against the Don Callis family. And it looks like he is going to be the next challenger for Takeshita. So interesting. And let's talk about Collision from this past Saturday night. Speaking of returns, we got a big return. Julia Hart is back in AEW. She tacked and laid out Jamie Hayter at the end of her match. Of course, Willow Nightingale has officially advanced to the special matchup at Wrestle Dynasty. So she will be the AEW representative going into that. Also on Collision from this past week, we saw some Continental Classic matchups. Of course, Kazuchika Okada picking up a win against Mortos. We got to see as well Mark Briscoe with a little bit of an upset against Kyle Fletcher. As Kyle Fletcher won, he was pretty much already booked into the semifinals, so that's going to be interesting to see what happens there. How did you feel about your boys Top Flight going up against their former friends, Leo Rush and Action Andretti? Did that hurt you? Did that sting? Or did you even give a shit? Let's be honest. You didn't give a shit.
I
did you?
didn't really give a shit
Like the rest of the
about
world.
the feud.
Yeah, I mean, great competitors.
I love
but,
Top Flight, but
yeah,
I don't know.
it
They
is
had
what it
lightning
is.
in a bottle when
Mhm.
I feel like they were about to win the ROH tag titles, and then
Mhm.
Dante gets hurt. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I will say this. So we bolster that NXT has the best women's division in all of wrestling, and it is the best booked. But
Mhm.
I do want to give the AEW women's division some credit because it has taken some steps this year. It has gotten better than what it was.
Right. Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
I there's some actual stories.
Mhm.
Now, there's actual. I feel like the TV time could be better. That's
Mhm.
where it still sucks. But the actual stories that they're telling and the characters that they have,
Yeah.
I think if we keep trajecting like this, maybe this time next year we are talking about
You never
them
know.
being the best booked women's division.
It'd be
But
cool if it was, but
time will tell.
time will tell indeed. But we are now on the road pretty much to the World's End, but of course the Continental Classic going strong as well. Update on the Gold League. I mean, this is anybody's game, really. You got Claudio and Osprey and Ricochet all at 6 points, Brody and Darby at 3, and of course, poor Commander, no points. But hey, he came in as an alternate, so thanks for playing. Now, on the blue side of things, it's a little bit more interesting as Kyle Fletcher still is in the lead with 9 points. However, you do have Okada is only behind him with 2 points. And then we also have Mark Briscoe now on the map, big time with 6 points. Daniel Garcia with 4, and Shelton Benjamin with 3. Of course, plenty more to come with the Continental Classic. And as we said, we are heading into World's End coming up Saturday, December 28th. We do now know it's going to be a fatal 4-way for the AEW World title with Jay White, Orange Cassidy, and Hangman Page challenging Jon Moxley for that championship. The Dynamite Diamond Ring is on the line with MJF going up against Adam Cole. We mentioned Takeshita to challenge or to defend, to defend against Powerhouse Hobbs. And also, we now know a Tijuana street fight will take place for the AEW Women's Championship with Mariah May going up against Thunder Rosa. So, World's End is shaping up to be an interesting show. And we'll see what happens all this week on AEW as the Continental Classic continues on. But oh my gosh, holy shit. Chris Jericho showing up in GCW to attack Mark Cardona. Of course, as we know, this Friday at Final Battle, it's going to be Jericho and Cardona at the Hammerstein Ballroom. But what's shocking about this is just kind of this, we've talked about the past couple of weeks, this weird kind of rivalry with AEW and GCW and what the hell's going on there. I'm telling you, damn Hammerstein, I need to see a freaking GCW invasion, damn it. But not shocked in a sense that Jericho did this, but just shocked with everything that was going on. And him, of course, adding even more heel heat wearing the AEW shirt. What'd you think of this moment? Were you surprised too, or are you kind of like, I kind of see it makes sense?
Well, I would say I was surprised, but we did have some inside information on this one that so and so was there. Not naming any names, but they may work for the PW60.
That's right. Well, no, it's okay. It's okay. We can go ahead and say it because the best gout machine was on hand for this. And speaking of the best gout machine, he's kind of got some thoughts about Jericho and not just Jericho, but just like the going into the new year of where wrestling is going to go. So that being said, let's go to our good close personal friend, the best gout machine.
What is up, P-Dub City? We're going through a lot of changes in the wrestling world. It's the end of the year, And I just feel like the world right now, the wrestling world needs Jake Hager. Gotcha! Finally got the evil gout. Squirmer. There can be only one. There can be only one. Finally got you where I needed you. All right, Gouts. Have at it. Oh, yes, we finally caught him, and I got me a shoe. I'm about to whoop his ass. Take that! Mama knows what's best for you, evil son of a bitch. You trying to kill us all? Yar! Let's beat him up with this. I thought you did. There's multiple pirate Gouts in the universe. You know, something ain't right about this supposed evil Gouch. I think we need to take his glasses off. There, just take these off here. Good, good. Wait, what are you doing? What are you putting? What the hell? Hi, yes, it's me, Alabaster Lugosi. I'm the evil Gout, committing murder and atrocities, all in the name of sexual gratifications, you macabre sluts. Alabaster Lugosi, the greatest horror host of all time? Like, I didn't want to believe it when I read it, but why? Why would you do this? Why would you kill so many Gouts? Because I'm the biggest cinephile out there. When I'm not committing atrocities in the name of this luscious bod, I like to watch movies like Highlander and Jet Li's One. Oh yes, all inspired by that. I had to put my fingers down so many people's mouths. You've murdered so many of your kind. What are we going to do with you? What? Like, do we take you to jail? What are we going to have to do to you to rectify what has happened to so many of my kind? Well, if you ask me, there's only one way we can correct all of this, and that's by having a Gout orgy. An orgy amongst all of us. It'll be just positively delightful and sexual. What do you say, Gout? An orgy. Like, you think we can rectify this like it was a softcore film at the end of a Cinemax movie? Okay, here we go, guys! That's what I'm talking about. Time to shake this off and grab the Vaseline, baby! The Vaseline! Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, bitches! Yarr! Oh my god, Alabaster Lugosi have an orgy with a bunch of Gouts? That is crazy. Yes, folks, all that happened in another dimension, in a parallel universe. So we don't have to worry about no crazy shenanigans. Gout, it's me, your evil twin brother. I'm back from the dead. I'm good, and I've had your baby. Come look at our child. Ah, yes! I've entered PW60, and I'm going to impregnate all you bitches! No, Krampus, no. No, we're not supposed to see you until the movie. No. Oh, God. It was all a dream. It was all a bad dream.
I'm not B-roll. I'm evil B-roll.
No!
Are you? Is it? Who are you're B-roll, right? You're. What's your favorite food?
I don't know. Tacos.
Okay, it's you. Thank God. What the? Wow. Okay. We are getting into parallel universes here on PW60 and Cold TV. Holy crap! So I guess that's how the
Yeah,
Gout Universe saga ends? Or does it?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to make of that.
Did you know you had an evil
'Cause I
doppelganger?
didn't even recognize like that. No, I didn't even recognize that area. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't even laugh like that. Like,
I don't know what to say to that other than let's talk about NXT from this past Tuesday night. My goodness. Of course, we now know, of course, Julia and Obafemi in the driver's seats to challenge for those respective championships after those big wins at Deadline. Also got an impressive matchup again with Javon Evans going up against Wesley. Dude, I'm telling you though, I am so pumped though for Obafemi and Trick Williams. Like, I cannot wait for that matchup. But I think the big thing coming because Obafemi's walking out with that gold, baby. That's why. I'm sorry, but he's whooping that Trick. Sorry, Trick. It was fun. Thanks for playing. Time for you to go to the main roster, or do whatever, and let Obafemi dominate like he should. I said what I said. But what impressed me the most about this is what about the whole storyline with Eddie Thorpe? So here he was taken out of the Deadline main event, and then he ends up getting his title shot. But then he reveals that like it was a ruse all along. He got Ava, he got the rest of NXT fooled, and now he will challenge for the NXT Championship against Trick Williams. So it's going to be interesting to see that one. And speaking of NXT, we got to also see the return of Shotzi back from injury as she came out to help out against Fatal Influence. So that was awesome to see her back, and she looks healthier and better than ever. Does this mean she's going back to NXT? I don't know, but I'm just happy to see Shotzi back on my TV. And then it was also announced that the first NXT event of the first big event is going to be New Year's Evil, which will take place January 7th. And we do know that Roxanne will defend her women's championship against Julia in a rematch from the debut episode on CW. I'm sorry, Roxanne, but I think your time is up, and Julia's time is now because I think she's the one to walk out, man. You can't see her. Wait a minute, wrong person. But anyways, but nonetheless, New Year's Eve will be coming on January 7th, and it's going to be exciting to see where we go from here with NXT. You can see that every Tuesday night on the C-Dub. Well, it's that time of the show. We need to spice things up a bit. So let's go to our good friend Spicy Guac with a spicy take.
Spicy Guac, letting you know, this season is all about live, laugh, and Liv Morgan, baby. We in here. We choosing you. And I'm choosing to chug a Yoo-Hoo. They are the most delicious drink. And it's only because Liv Morgan is the best women's champion in the last decade. Fight me on it. So good.
I do love me a Yoo-Hoo. Spicy, you got to show me how to do that next time we get together, man. Like, I need to learn the mastering the ways of chugging the canned beverages. Well, this past Sunday, a New Japan Pro Wrestling returned back to beautiful Long Beach, California at the Walter Pyramid for Strong Style Evolved. Now, what's awesome about this and for this show, our good, close, personal friend, Sienna Chanel, was there live and in color and on the scene. So with a report from Strong Style Evolved, let's go to our good friend, Sienna.
How's it going, Pro Wrestling 60 fam? I'm here on assignment for New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Style Evolved here at the Walter Pyramid in Long Beach, California. This is going to be an amazing stack show. This is my first time here. I mean, I got my merch right here. I spanned over, but it's all good because, you know, it's a Christmas gift to myself, y'all. Like, yeah, anyway, like, I'll show you like a bit of a match highlight and give y'all my thoughts of it and the results too. So let's enjoy the show. Oh, shoot.
All four in the ring for the first the biggest face here. Yeah! Oh! Like a Jenga tower.
Oh! Oh, shit! Oh, nice. Up, up, up. Oh, Gita. Uh-oh. To the champ. Oh, no. Oh, oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh! Cinnabon! Oh, nope. Oh! What in the fuck? You dumb fuck.
Why are you wearing that, dude?
Yep. Jack walked away from that. Interesting. Well, y'all just checked into my hotel already, and I'm gonna say New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Style Evolve was incredible. All the matches from top to bottom, and of course, it was incredible. Like the dark matches between ZJ versus Matt Vandegaff was incredible. Both gentlemen from the New Japan Academy. Zayn did actually defeated Matt. Opening of the match, Mina Shirakawa defeated Johnny Robbie, which she is a well-known independent wrestler, and she's part of the New Japan Academy too. And what else? West Coast Wrecking Crew is the New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team Champion, defeated the Grizzled Young Vet. Like, it's well deserved. They've been with the company for 4 years. Like, they definitely deserve it. TJP defeated Fujita, Kushida, and Clark Connors in a fatal 4-way match. Then you have Hechicero defeated Leo Rush. Gay Kid did retain the New Japan Strong Openweight title from Rohei Oiya. My apology if I botched the first and last name, just bear with me. And of course, like, the fans were giving a hard time, and he replied back, yeah, I just love the Long Beach crowd so much. SoCal, keep it going, because it was so entertaining to watch. Also, United Empire, Jacob Austin Young, and the debut of Templarco. Again, my apology for botching the name. It defeated LIJ, Hamaru Takahashi, and Titan, and it was Tembolero's debut match with New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he's part of CMLL. Team of Filthy Tom Lawler and Fred Rosser and Shota Umino did lose to TMDK. That's right, your IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Zack Sabre Jr., Shane Hayes, and Bad Dude Tito. It was a very phenomenal match, and of course there was a face-off between Zack Sabre Jr. and Shota Umino, like, at the end. Of course, a teaser for what's going to be happening at the Tokyo Dome. What else? Oh, yeah.
Jack Perry and Konosuke Takeshita did defeated Lij. Yeah, shocking. Yoda, Tsuji, and Shingo Takagi. And of course, the fan has been more rowdier than ever to Jack Perry. A lot of CM Punk chat, cry me in the river, all that. So Jack did really embrace the hate. And afterwards, of course, we got a surprise appearance by the Young Bucks. Like, what? That was unexpected. And then in the main event match, of course, Mercedes Moné did retain the New Japan Strong Women's title from Hazuki. And afterwards, Mina Shirakawa came out. And yeah, so the date has been set. It is going to be a title for title match. Mina will be defending her Rev Pro Women's title. And Mercedes with the New Japan Strong Women's title, which is like the right choice. All in all, I would give it like, 5-star in my book because I was there in person. It was a solid show and all that. So there you have it, everyone. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody likes to see a different perspective from a live event to what's going on TV. We all have different tastes and we all have different vibes, different everything different because that's what makes it special within ourselves. Anyway, PW60, that is it for the coverage for New Japan Strong Style Evolve in Long Beach, California.
Oh, we thank you so much, Sienna. And like she says, that wrestling's for everybody, man. That's the beautiful thing with pro wrestling. It doesn't matter what you like, what you don't like. There's a little something for everybody out there in the world of pro wrestling. But thank you so much for that report. It looked like an awesome show, man. So I know, and I'm really happy for her because she got to get some Grill 'em all before the show. And if you know, you know. Oh, we got to talk about this though. Ray Phoenix. Oh boy, Ray Phoenix. And the continuing drama going on with AEW. There was some tweets or X remarks, whatever we're calling that. Him saying, but he can't talk about things coming out.
I will
it's
say,
not looking
but I
good.
Can't say.
Yeah, it ain't looking good. Let's put it that way. I like between this, you got the stuff going on with Ricky Starks and stuff we've kind of seen in the past. It just seems it's just getting uglier before it gets pretty. It's unfortunate it's come to what it's come because the Lucha Brothers, I think, had a tremendous run in AEW, but I mean, you're not doing anything with them. He's just sitting there. You're prolonging, I think you just cut the ties and just, rip the Band-Aid off and just move on because it's plain as day he's going to WWE along with his brother Pentagon. Speaking of which, Pentagon actually pretty much is now officially free agent. Did make a surprise appearance last weekend in AAA where he pretty much announced he was done there too. So it's plain as day. They're WWE bound. A lot of people indifferent about that. Me personally, I'm kind of intrigued and excited to see where it's going to go. I think it's got a lot of potential to see what happens, but it sucks it's gotten to what it's gotten to. But the fact of the matter is they're moving on, and I think you should too, Tony Khan and AEW. That's my opinion. Man, I want to talk about this. Drew McIntyre dropping some truth bombs, man, at the Busted Open Christmas party. He was being interviewed and pretty much more or less talking about legacies and whatnot, and just talking about how at the end of the day, ultimately, he could give two shits about what the internet thinks. I'm telling you, B-roll, I am fascinated by this new Drew McIntyre. This is like a next level type of heel type of work, and I'm telling you, Drew is killing it right now. He's running on all cylinders. I also like too how he, in the thing he stated kind of too, I'm still going to do my own thing and care for people, for the homeless and stuff like that, but that's on my own time. But when it's TV time and I'm out there, I'm going to take what's mine and just, dude, I'm telling you, this new Drew McIntyre, this is fascinating to me to see what's going to happen with him next.
Okay, let me ask you a real quick question.
Oh yeah, because I really don't want to talk about that next asshole, but yeah.
Okay. 2025, does he hold a world title?
It's a tough one because there's a lot of competition
yes
in
the
or WWE.
No? Just gut reaction, yes or no?
Yes, at some point, but I don't see it right away. I think by the end of next year. How's that? But
Yep.
this motherfucker. So first off, I do like
This
your drinks, you
motherfucker.
smug bastard. These are good. I shouldn't like them, but they are good. So Logan Paul went on to say pretty much he's retired from the WWE. We're not that fucking lucky. I call bullshit. I think this is just like him working. Like, what do you think? You think Logan Paul's really done with WWE?
I think we'll see him in person at the Royal Rumble. That's what I think. I think we'll see him in person at the Rumble.
Yeah, Logan, we'll see you in Indianapolis, unfortunately, you fuck.
Yeah,
and
bitch.
also we got to talk about Bronson. So we did talk about this. Bronson Reed hurt, broken, shattered ankle at Survivor Series. They just had surgery. Does look like the big man is going to be out for a little while. Not going to see him for WrestleMania season, which is unfortunate. But when he comes back, dude, he's going to come back bigger, better, and stronger and badder than ever. So Bronson Reed was on a high, and I mean, I don't think this is going to stop him anyway. It's going to be a tsunami for everybody in the WWE that gets in his way. Also, as announced this week, the Dark Side of the Ring is coming back for a 6th season, which will be coming back in, I believe it was March. I forget the exact date, but Dark Side of the Ring will be returning for another season. Some of there's I don't think it's official, but they've announced some of the shows for this season, and there's some interesting ones on there. So we'll keep you more up to date to that when stuff is officially announced for Dark Side of the Ring. We mentioned a lot of stuff and changes talking about in TNA. Right before we went on the air, we found out 2 more facts going on in TNA. First of all, they're doing away with the X Division title. Fuck you. And by the way, this was announced after Husky's rant, like his hot take. So I can imagine how even more pissed off he's going to be. Like, this is the stupidest fucking thing. And also, too, Trent Seven is done with TNA. I hate to say it, but good for you, buddy, because it looks like this is a sinking ship. It's sad. It is really sad and fascinating to see like what has come of TNA over the past year, just with management and how it's just went to, because they're still putting out a pretty good product on TV. But it's just after this final resolution with all the shit that went down, it's going to be awful hard for them to recover.
If I was to offer any words of wisdom to TNA, don't stop being TNA. You're taking away what has made you TNA, like by doing all this bullshit. Like X Division title, like you were in person for an X Division match. How our Ultimate X match? How freaking awesome was that?
Oh, it was incredible. It was one of the best matches I saw all this past year. And dude, you know me, I went to a ton of shows this year. For God's sakes, I was at WrestleMania and SummerSlam, and that still sticks out. But here we are. Here we are. I don't know.
My advice to them: stop with the bullshit and keep being what makes you TNA. You are the alternative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see what happens in 2025 for TNA.
I'm talking to you, Tommy.
But how about this though? Adam Copeland has been nominated for an Emmy. Let me say that again. Adam Copeland has been nominated for an Emmy. Now, it's a children's family and Emmy nominee, but still, nonetheless, it's a freaking Emmy. Like, I would have to think back, and I can't think of anybody, but I think maybe Adam Copeland is the first wrestler to be nominated for an Emmy. I mean, I don't know if Rock got nominated. I mean, he probably did at some point, but still, though, this is like, wow. I don't watch Percy Jackson, but I'm kind of intrigued now. I've seen clips on like YouTube shorts and stuff.
I'll be honest. I have watched a little bit of this series.
Oh yeah,
I haven't finished it.
Is it any good?
It's pretty interesting. I just
okay.
Yeah. From what I think, I watched a couple episodes. I haven't had time to watch it. So
fair enough. So, well, Adam, let me repeat that one more time. Adam Copeland has been nominated for an Emmy. You talk about random. Segue
That's dope as shit.
Into let's go to Brian with Brian's random moment of the week.
Hi, back again for my random moment of the week. That's right, Brian's House of Random, and leaving them green with envy. I got
This is from work currently. I'm on lunch break as I'm filming this video. Got some, anyway, got green somewhere. Speaking of green, that's Christmas time. Yeah, so Merry Christmas and all that cool stuff. Speaking of that, somebody who likes Christmas a lot is Mick Foley. So, hey, how about our What If series? We're going to talk about Mick Foley's segue to here we go, baby. And, yeah, so, all right. Last couple times, we've talked about wrestlers leaving companies. And we know we've collectively talked about Stone Cold Steve Austin, formerly Stunning Steve Austin in WCW. What if he would have stayed? Things like that. Last week we covered Triple H from the early 90s, short time in WCW. We know the history there. Of course, somebody else who, as I mentioned, Mick Foley, Cactus Jack, bang bang. What if Mick Foley never left WCW in the early 90s? Now, of course, we know the history that he did leave, went to ECW, did some of his best promo work, went on to the WWF, become Mankind / Dude Love / Cactus Jack, bang bang again, and had a Hall of Fame career. But what if Mick Foley would not have left, never went to ECW, never went to the WWF when he did, stayed in WCW, maybe through the Monday Night Wars? Would we have seen an iteration of the Mankind or similar character, much like I talked about with Stone Cold? Like, would we have seen a version of it in WCW if, let's say, the right creative, part of the what if scenario, if the right creative was in place, if they would have had some foresight of who they really had and the amazing promo skills that Mick Foley had, storytelling, one of the best storytellers in wrestling. So, there you go. What if Mick Foley never left WCW in the early 90s? What do you think the rest of his career would have been like in WCW? Eventually WWF? Who knows? That's where you come in. So, have yourself a great rest of the day. Follow everybody here on PW60.
Well, that's a fascinating idea there, Brian. We thank you so much. We love you, buddy. And B-roll. You know who else we love here on PW60? We love our wrestling content creators. And this week, our wrestling content creator of the week is Mr. Autism 90. Now, I find this is fascinating. Of course, the mask is cool itself. Like you see the kind of like the autistic, I guess you could say, looking mask. But obviously, he's a avid supporter of autism. From looking at his videos, it looks like he has a child who has autism, but bringing autism awareness and also doing it in a wrestling ring too. There's some videos of him in ring. I find the whole everything about Mr. Autism fascinating. And of course, he has to be our Ruby Ringside Wrestling Content Creator of the Week is Mr. Autism. Go look for him on all social media platforms. Now, this week, it was announced that Max, the Impaler, topped the QWI list, the top 200. And I'm sorry, I forget what it's like queer, like transgender, queer, like all that list. But
yes,
kudos to her, man. Like talk about a hell of a year. Like unfortunately, we don't talk about NWA nearly as much on this show. I mean, there's just so much wrestling, and I mean, it kind of, let's be honest, it gets lost in the shuffle, but like, she's one of the highlights there for sure. And like, she's an incredible performer. I think it's awesome that she came in at number 1. Shout out to our boy, Alex Kane, coming in at number 2 on that list as well. So awesome list. And speaking of lists, it was also announced that, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair was named the number 1 tag team according to PWI this year. Now, that's not women. That's number 1 tag team overall. What do you think of that? Do you agree with that assessment?
You know, at first, when you look at it, you're like, wait, what about like FTR? But you know, like when you really sit back.
What? Okay, wait a minute. I gotta stop you there. FTR. I know you're an FTR. What has FTR done this year?
That's the point I'm making.
Okay. No. Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying now.
For example, Okay,
No,
I'll
I
use a
get what
different
you're
example.
saying is like, why
Young
would you
Bucks.
have a team like FTR? You could say the Young Bucks maybe because they had a tag title run, but no, I mean, like you're saying, it makes logical sense because I mean they've been dominant in the women's tag division.
Yeah.
I'm fine with this. I mean, if and I don't mean this to dilute the fact that they were named number one, but it's facts. I think tag team wrestling this week or this year in I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue tied here. I think tag team wrestling this year as a whole in pro wrestling hasn't been as strong as it's been before. Let's put it that way, and we'll just leave it at that. But nonetheless, congratulations to Bianca and Jade on getting this accolade. Also, congratulations to Lexi Nair and Big Bill. They tied the knot. I gotta be honest with you, B-Roll. I didn't even know they were a couple. But they are now official.
I thought we covered that before.
Did we? I don't remember.
We like covered them getting engaged and.
Oh, you know what? I've had many sleeps since then. I think you are right, but nonetheless, congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Big Bill, I guess. But kudos to them, man. That's awesome. Also, it's announced this week that StarCast will be returning, and it's going to return to All in Texas in July. So that's going to be awesome to see. Great to see StarCast come back. We've been to StarCast before. Love to see it. It's great that they're bringing it back. And lastly, we got to talk about Raw on Netflix, which is set to premiere January 6th. We do know the first official matchup for this show is Tribal Combat. Roman Reigns challenging Solo Sikoa. A lot of other stuff going to be worked up on this show. It's going to be exciting to see that debut on Netflix. Rumors, like we mentioned earlier, maybe Punk and Seth on that show. Maybe KO and Cody on the show. And maybe the final boss making an appearance on the show as well. John Cena will be there. It's going to be a star-studded event, the next big event coming to you. But I got to say, B-Roll, it's been an incredible year here in the world of pro wrestling, and we've been so honored and privileged to talk about it all with you this year. But as you know, this is our Christmas episode. This is going to wrap it up for us this year. We will be back in January, right before the Royal Rumble, so we're going to take a little bit of time off. But we will be back bigger, stronger, better than ever. But it's Christmas time. And with Christmas, it's all about family. And we here at PW60, we all want to wish you a Merry Christmas. And just check this video out.
Happy holidays, PW60. Be good or be good at it, you bad motherfuckers.
Merry Christmas.
It's your boy, the Spicy Guac, also known as La Sumisión, Colombia's greatest export of fried rice. The one, the only, not the legend, but the dude you don't want to fight at a bus stop at 2 a.m., Gustavo. Wishing every single one of you a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holiday, a joyous Kwanzaa, Festivus for the rest of us, live longing and prospering, because you have given me a home, and I love every single one of you. You guys are awesome. PW60 for life, buddies. Ugh, I'm gonna go take a nap. It's too early.
How's it going, PW60? Just wanted to wish each and every one of y'all Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and hopefully 2025 better slow down a bit.
From me, Bruins House of Random, yes, I hope you have a wonderful, Merry Christmas and all that fun stuff. Yeah.
Ever since I can remember, I've been my collar, my collar. Oh, hello there. Just hanging out in the dark alley like normal. But Merry Christmas to all you filthy animals out there. Thank you so much for making this one of Cool TV's best years. And thank you so much for all the love and support. Cool TV, PW60, and everything. We love our PW60 family, and we love all of you. Merry Christmas, y'all. And a Happy New Year.
Merry, happy, whatever does not offend you. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Enjoy the time with your friends and family.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Hey, what's up? It's the BGM, the best scout machine, and I want to wish all of you a Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, and a Feliz Noche de Nalgas. Now, if you don't mind, hold up, spiced cranberry. It's time that I receive my early Christmas present. Harder! I said harder! I told you not to give eye contact! Harder, woman! You look nothing like a guidance counselor!
We want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And thank you all for this amazing year that 2024 has been for Cold TV. Thank everybody in our PW60 family. We love you all dearly. We just want to wish everybody the happiest holidays this season.
Welcome back to the Gaijin Temple. I know you guys haven't seen or heard from me as of late. If you didn't know, I'm going through some personal things right now. Haven't just been feeling up to making any content as of late, but I did want to come on here and I just wanted to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever holidays that you celebrate. Just enjoy the time that you have with your family and hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. Or a Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever it is you celebrate. Just enjoy them with the people that matter most to you.
Well, as lights get to there, it's good to see you, buddy. And we know this holiday season is going to be especially challenging for you, with the first one being out without your dad. But we love you here, and just thank you so much, and thank all you. And he makes a great point. Is it's the holiday season? It's about being with your family, and we like to think of you all here at Cole TV as part of our family. We thank you so much for the growth this year we've seen has been tremendous. Like all of your love and support has just been, it's been so overwhelming, and just everybody involved on this show, especially too, all the creators, like all of you, you are our brothers and sisters. We love you dearly, and this show wouldn't be possible without you. So we personally thank you all from the bottom of our hearts. The Christmas season, it is about being with family, and I can't think of a better family than we have here with PW60. And as we said at the beginning of the show, it is Christmas week here on Cole TV. So we kicked it off here tonight. We have got, this is probably the biggest week we've ever done on Cole TV, honestly, because we've got some amazing Christmas content coming to you the rest of the week. Tomorrow night's going to be a very special night because we were taking a look back at one of our first big kind of specials we ever did here. It's a Chubb Life Christmas special retrospective, of course, for me. I lost Chubby earlier this year, so it's our first Christmas without him, but it's going to be cool to kind of look back on these, especially for those of you who've never seen him before. Like, you're in for a treat, let's put it that way. We got a brand new episode of Cole.
You don't know what you're about to get into.
We got a brand new episode of Colecast coming up this week, as well as our annual tradition continues with our Christmas special on Thursday, the 4th annual Cole TV Christmas special. But that all being said, it is all leading into the most ambitious project we have ever done here on Cole TV. We have put so much blood, sweat, and tears into this thing, folks, and it's going to come to you this Friday. We have made our first movie. That's right. It's the Friday night movie night. The movie, the Christmas special, is coming. You can see B-roll smiling and laughing. Like this thing has been in the works for months. We've been working on this. And to leave you with this episode tonight, we're going to leave you with one last gift as we present to you the world premiere Red Band trailer for Friday night movie night, the movie, the Christmas special. And don't forget to tune in this Friday for that.
Discretion is advised.
Right. And tune into all the amazing content coming to you from Cole TV. But seriously, we wish you all Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We love you all. And that's one last gift from us to you here on
We
PW6.
love you all. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. And now, here is the premiere of the Friday night movie night Red Band trailer.
Feels like yesterday we started Friday night movie night, and now they're gone. How could something so evil, so vile exist in this world? From the darkest, coldest depths of hell, he's risen. He's taken our friends, and now he's out to take the Christmas spirit away this holiday season. Society as we know it will cease to exist. We have to stop him. We have to take a stand.
In time, you will know what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail all the same. Dread it. Run from it. Destiny still arrives.
I'm back, bitches!
Now he's fucking Christmas up again.
In the spirit of fairness, you now have 72 hours to collect the 5 cum socks for the Infinity Cum Sock.
Has anybody seen any type of a cum sock around here?
You might have sand on your dick.
I already had sand on my dick. That's besides the point.
What's that smell?
Nope. Been inside me.
Hey everybody! I fucked a giant bird! Ah! Murder! Lots and lots of murder!
Come here, Disney. We don't make good hentai porn. It's me, bitches, Krampus, and I'm here to ruin it for all you bitches.